Hello friends, welcome back. In this video, we are going to summarize 100 news articles with 10 lines of Python code. Yes, you heard me correct. 100 news articles with 10 lines of Python code. I know you are not believing it. Let's see the demo first. After that, we will get into the coding part. For the demo purpose, I am using 5 news articles. In fact, in the actual program, we can use any number of news articles here. 5, 10, 20, 100, 1 million, 1 billion, any number of URLs we can use. But for the demo, I am using 5 URLs from the BBC. Now let's run the program. You can see here, we have a first news article and the summary of it, second news article, summary of it, third, fourth, fifth, and the summary of all these news articles. Isn't it amazing? Now you might be thinking how I have done this one. You can see here, we are passing URLs as the input and we are getting the summary as an output. So this is going to be a two-step process. In step 1, we are going to extract the text from these news articles, and in the second step, we are going to summarize it. Don't worry, these 2 steps will be done within the 10 lines of Python code as I promised. So how did I do it? So for extracting the text and summarization, I used a service called OneAI. You can go to this website. Using your email ID, you can sign up for free and we don't need any credit card also. And after that, to use these services, we just need the API keys. So you can see here, I have a couple of APIs here. So which means for using OneAI services, we need the API key. And if you want to explore how this OneAI works, you can come to this studio and you can check out these multiple options here. Now move on to the coding part. So I have a new file open in my VS Code, that is app.py, and my API key, OneAI API key, is saved in this file called config.py. First thing first, let's import API key. And after importing API key, now we need to install a library called OneAI, because we are going to call OneAI services using this Python library. So I have already installed the Python library using pip. So you can do that using this command, pip install OneAI. That's all. Okay. So let me import OneAI in the program. Now let's set our API key to the OneAI object. Okay. So OneAI.API key is equal to our API key. Cool. Now let's write a function called HTML2 summary. Okay. So it is going to take URL as an input and it is going to return summary, which is a string, as an output. Okay. So in OneAI, first we need to create a pipeline basically. So pipeline means what are the steps that we are going to perform on this activity. So in our case, what we are going to do, we are going to use a URL, and in the first step, we want to extract the text, and in the second step, we want to summarize this article, right? So that's why in this pipeline, we need to mention these 2 steps. So now let's create the pipeline. So I defined a variable called pipeline here, and from OneAI.pipeline you have to say. So to this pipeline, you need to pass on the steps that you want to perform. So I will say steps is equal to, it's a list actually. Okay. So the first step that I'm going to use is extracting the text from the HTML. So it is OneAI.skills and HTML2 article. This is the first step. In the second step, I am going to use the second skill, that is summarization. So these are the 2 steps that we are going to perform. Now let's run this pipeline. Pipeline.run. So while running this one, we need to pass the URL and we are going to get some output from this run. So let me save that in the output here. And finally, let's return the output. Instead of returning the entire output object, what I will do is I will return HTML article. That means from the first step we will get this HTML article, and after that we will get a summary, and finally I need the text. That's all. Our program is ready. If you can see here, if you remove these import parts and all, it will be exactly 10 lines of Python code, and if you remove these spaces, it is less than that. Now let's write the main block so that we can call this HTML2 summary function. So here it is. So I have defined a URL list here, so which has 5 URLs. You can extend this list with any number of URLs, and if you want, you can keep all these URLs in the text file and you can read it. That is also fine. And here we have a for loop using enumerate. I am reading the each URL from the list, and index I am getting in the IDX here, and I am just printing them here. So now let's run this program and see the output. See the first URL and the summary of it, second URL and the summary of it, third URL, fourth URL, fifth URL, and we got the summary of each and every web article with just 10 lines of Python code. Isn't it amazing, guys? I hope you like this video, and if you want to know more about OneAI, please check out the website. And if you have any questions related to OneAI or Python, please ask me in the comment section below and I will be happy to help you. I will share the source code link in the description. Please download the code and experiment yourself. And that's all for this video, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.